Hello students, in our last class we have studied a chapter that is matter waves and wave amplitude, in which we described Schrodinger equation for non-relativistic particles. The same chapter is continued today. In our last lecture we have derived the time-dependent Schrodinger equation. Now we are going to derive the time-independent Schrodinger equation. Why this Schrodinger equation is required? The time-independent Schrodinger equation, because in many cases the potential energy capital V depends on position only. Potential energy is a function of position and time, but in many cases the potential energy depends on position only and is independent of time. In such cases we separate the space and time variables and get the time independent Schrodinger equation. The mathematical tools is applied here, and how we do this? We separate the space variable and time variable and get the, from which we get the time independent Schrodinger equation. In our last class we have seen, so I wrote here that we know that the wave function for a particle of energy capital E and momentum a small p traveling along the x direction is given by, wave function is denoted by psi, function of position and time xt equal to a e ka power minus I by h cut et minus ps. We separate this equation like this by the rule of mathematics. A e ka power minus minus plus I px by h cut and minus e ka power minus I et by h cut. This is only the function of position, this is only the function of time. Now, for simplicity and for solving and doing the mathematical process, it can be written as psi xt equal to, this is the function of position, so it is written as psi x, and function of time written as capital T. This is the style for writing the function of position and function of time. Let it be question number 1. Where what is psi x? Clear? It is clear from here. Psi x is a e ka power I px by h cut. And what is this tt? This is e ka power minus I et by h cut. Let it is equation 2. Thus the total wave function psi xt can be expressed as the product of two functions. इतना करने के बाद ये क्लियर हो गया कि अब हम इसको प्रोडक्ट ऑफ टू फंक्शंस के रूप में रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं. नंबर 1 psi x, that is a function of x1, and number 2 tt, that is a function of time t1. अब ये जो इक्वेशन देख रहे हो, इस इक्वेशन को हम लास्ट क्लास में डिराइव किए थे, एंड दिस इक्वेशन इज कॉल्ड टाइम डिपेंडेंट Schrodinger equation. So what will be the process now? The process is put psi xt from equation 1, psi xt from equation 1 in equation which I derived in our last class, minus h cut square by 2m del square psi xt by del x square plus v psi xt equal to I h cut del psi xt by del t. सिर्फ पुट करना है. This becomes minus h cut square by 2m del square by del x square, psi xt के जगह ब्रैकेट के अंदर लिख दिए psi xt t, प्लस v इसको फिर तोड़ के लिख दिए साई एक्स टी टी अगेन इक्वल टू आई एच कट डेल बाई डेल टी ब्रैकेट के अंदर साई एक्स टी के जगह साई एक्स टी टी और here it is a double partial differentiation of position, so it can be treated as constant. We can write here minus h cut square by 2m t treated as constant, बाहर चला गया और ये हो गया डेल स्क्वायर साई x by del x square plus this becomes v psi x dt as it is, and this is equal to I h cut here partial differentiation with respect to time t, so psi x can be treated as constant, psi x बाहर कर दिए and this becomes del tt by del t. Let it be equation number 3. Since the potential V is a function of position x only and not an explicit function of time, therefore differentiating function of time, that is tt, of equation 2 is written before, we get equation tt is equal to what? Tt is equal to e to the power minus I et by h cut. Of equation 2 we get what? We will get del tt by del t equal to del by del t. इसका वैल्यू पुट कर दिए इक्वेशन 2 में ही है और इसको सॉल्व करेंगे तो क्या आ जाएगा? इसको डिफरेंशिएट पार्शियल डिफरेंशिएशन करेंगे विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टाइम, इट विल बिकम माइनस आई बाई एच कट ई का पावर माइनस आई ई टी बाई एच कट, एंड दिस इज इक्वल टू, इट कैन बी रिटन एज आई ई, this is our tt, so this is equal to IE by h cut minus, there will be minus sign here, minus sign here, it is left equal to minus IE by h cut, this is tt, so tt, let it be equation number 4. Now put this value, that is equation 4, del tt by del t from equation 4 in equation 3 we have already described equation 3. Put this value in equation 3, the equation will be minus h cut square by 2m, see the equation 3, tt del square psi x del x square plus v psi x tt equal to I h cut psi x minus I e by h cut tt. Now the process is, what will be the process? It is written here, dividing both sides of this equation by tt. दोनों तरफ ये करो, डिवाइड करो तो ये टर्म खत्म हो जाएगा, it become minus h cut square by 2m, this one प्लस ये टर्म खत्म हो गया, दिस वन प्लस ये टर्म खत्म हो जाएगा, तो आई एच कट साई एक्स माइनस आई ई बाई एच कट. सो सिंप्लीफाई इट, माइनस एच कट स्क्वायर बाई 2m del स्क्वायर del x स्क्वायर एज इट इज, v psi x एज इट इज, एंड दिस इज इक्वल टू आई स्क्वायर इज माइनस 1, माइनस माइनस प्लस 1 हो गया, h cut cancel out, so it become e psi x, or multiply both sides by minus 2m by h cut square, minus 2m by h cut square, तो minus minus plus हो जाएगा, it becomes del square psi x del x square plus, यहाँ पर भी इसको ये माइनस होगा, इस माइनस को उधर ले जाएं, सॉल्व किए, सिंप्लीफाई, you can also simplify it. We get 2m by h cut square because we have to multiply this equation by minus 2m by h cut square. So this minus goes there, it becomes plus, this becomes minus, common this 2m by h cut square, e minus v psi x. Let it be equation number 4. since the wave function psi is a function of only one variable, that is x. अब देखो psi एक वेरिएबल में आ गया, टाइम वेरिएबल हम लोग कैलकुलेशन करके उसको हटा दिया गया, राइट? इतना कैलकुलेशन से मैथमेटिकल कैलकुलेशन और मैथमेटिक्स लगाकर फंक्शन ऑफ टाइम को एलिमिनेट किया गया, तो इट बिकम्स सी एंड इट इज ओनली द फंक्शन ऑफ पोजीशन ओनली. So we can replace, in that case we can replace the partial derivative as the complete derivative. So it is written here, since the wave function psi is a function of only one variable, that is x, so we can replace the partial, this is a mathematical rule, partial derivative by complete derivative, hence the above equation becomes, कुछ नहीं किया गया है, सिर्फ कंप्लीट डेरिवेटिव में हम लोग रिप्रेजेंट कर दिए हैं. डी स्क्वायर साई एक्स बाई डी एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस 2m बाई एच कट स्क्वायर ई माइनस बी साई एक्स इक्वल टू 0. लेट इट बी इक्वेशन नंबर 5. ये जो इक्वेशन आया ना, दिस इज वन डायमेंशनल टाइम इंडिपेंडेंट श्रोडिंगर इक्वेशन, क्योंकि यहाँ पोजीशन का टाइम का कोई टर्म नहीं है. It is also called, this equation is also called a stationary state wave function of the particle because it is independent of time. Since it is independent of time, this Schrodinger time independent equation is also called a stationary state wave function of the particle. Why? Because it is independent of time. These wave function correspond to a specific energy, capital E. This shows that the energy is quantized. Energy is quantized in wave mechanics. The energies En are called eigenvalues, and the corresponding wave function psi n, denoted by psi n, are called eigenfunctions. So far I have described the one-dimensional time-independent Schrodinger equation. Now the three-dimensional time-independent Schrodinger equation is d square by dx square plus d square dy square plus d square by dz square psi vector r, which is the position vector of the particle, plus 2m by h cut square e minus b psi vector r equal to 0. And what is this? This is nothing but the Laplacian operator, and denoted like this, del square psi r plus 2m by h cut square e minus b psi r equal to 0. Let it be equation 6, and this is the three-dimensional time independent Schrodinger equation. We will use this equation for solving different physical problems. So this is all about our Schrodinger equation for non-relativistic particles. One is time dependent Schrodinger equation and another is time independent Schrodinger equation. Time dependent Schrodinger equation was described in our last lecture, and today I completed time independent Schrodinger equation. This is all about for our today's class. In our next class we will study physical properties of operators, or we can say introduction of operators, in which we will describe different types of operators and use them in physical problems. So thank you very much.